Hello, my friends. I hope you've had a nice weekend. Here we are, the beginning of spring, my favorite season. You know, I grew up in a very cold climate on Long Island, and spring meant the end of the bleak winter and everything coming into bloom and the birds chirping. And even though our seasons are very subtle here in Southern California, I still love the springtime. I love to hear those birds chirping. So it's just that sense of renewal and life that I think is so great. And, you know, that's a lot of what our poses do for us. They add to our life force. They release the tension. They bring all kinds of renewal into our lives, an opening door to higher consciousness. So today we're going to work a little bit on stability. And we'll be doing some poses that are particularly good for helping us to be more stable and centered within ourselves. So let's begin. We're going to begin by putting our awareness in the heart center along the spine. We're going to inhale. And when we exhale, we're going to just sense that a white or a soft blue light expands out from us. We inhale, we bring it in, we exhale, and we let it expand. Let's do 4 breaths like that just to get started. Every time you exhale, it expands out farther. Great. You can keep your awareness in the heart center, or you can move it to the third eye, the point between the eyes, just above the eyebrows. Either place is great while we're doing our poses. So we're going to start out doing a few wrist exercises. So we don't pay attention to our wrists much, but they're very, very important in everything we do. So let's bring our palms together, just like we're in pronon position, except that we're going to gently push against each palm. We're going to push against the palms against each other. And now we're going to turn our hands the opposite way. And again, very gently pushing our hands against each other. This is time the backs of our hands are pushing against each other. Just very gentle pushing. Nice. And now let's take our left hand and just take the fingers, taking your right hand, and just gently pull back a little bit so that you're stretching through the wrist here all the way up the arm. And now let's turn it the opposite way and do that. Very helpful for any kind of wrist issues or for preventing them. Now taking your right hand, stretching it. And now the opposite way. Great. Okay, so now let's do Tadasana. Let's get our weight centered between the toes and the heels, adjust the abdominal area, and then bring our arms up, palms facing up. Let them float down, turn our palms in, adjust our chin. Very nice. Now staying in this nice, upright, aligned, stable position, let's bring both arms up, palms together, and arch back very gently. And then we'll bring our arms down. We're still standing in this nice, straight position. Very helpful. And now let's do 4 full yoga breaths. So bending forward, exhaling completely. And then inhaling, filling lower, middle, upper portion of the lungs. And when you're ready, exhaling. Nice long, slow exhalation. Great. Now we'll do a wide leg forward bend. So legs nice and wide apart, bending forward from the hips and then lowering ourselves down. And then we'll move to a classic triangle. So bringing your left hand to your left knee, calf, or foot. Right arm is extended and you're looking up at your extended arm. And then we'll lower that arm. And then we'll move to the other side. And then we'll lower that arm. Let's just hang there again for a moment or two. And then slowly come back up. Bring our feet together and pause. We're going to do the eagle next. So let's begin by balancing on your left leg. The right leg comes around the left. It can be on the mat or off the mat, your choice. Left arm comes up and you wrap the right arm underneath it. Your thumb can touch the third eye, or it can be just out from the third eye. And we'll undo our arms and then our feet. And now the opposite side. So balancing on the right leg this time, left leg comes around. This time the right arm comes up, left arm wraps underneath it. So it's center of life's storms, I stand serene is the affirmation. We'll undo our arms first and then our feet. We're going to move into warrior two and then a variation. So stepping out with your left leg, right leg is extended, bringing your arms up, parallel to the floor, and looking over your left shoulder. Remember, you're not leaning way over like that. Your body is centered. Shoulders are relaxed. We're gonna lower our arms. We're gonna bring our hands to the mat. We're gonna balance on our left leg, raising the right leg. You can bring a hand to your ankle or to your hip, or keep both hands on the mat. Either way is just fine. And then lowering that leg, stepping back to a mountain. And then walking your hands and feet together. We'll come back to standing. Okay, now the opposite side. So stepping out with the right leg, left leg is extended behind you. Arms are up and looking over your right shoulder. And now we'll lower our arms and bring our hands to the mat. Adjust our balance, balancing on our right leg, lifting the left leg. Again, you can bring a hand to your ankle or your hip, or keep it on the mat. And then we'll lower that leg. Again, we'll step back to a mountain. And then walking our hands and feet together. Come back up to standing. We're going to do our wood chop pose next. So this one, we bend our knees. We're going to bring our arms above our head. We inhale, and as we exhale, it's just like we're chopping wood, like that. We keep our back pretty flat. I'm going to turn sideways. So we're going to do 4 wood chops. So bringing your arms above your head, bending your knees, inhale, and then as you exhale, chop. And then back up. 3 more. We're going to do warrior 1 next with a variation that's really good for our stability. So stepping out with the left leg, right leg is extended behind us. We're going to start the way we normally do with both arms up. We're bringing both arms out straight in front. And then opening them out to the sides. This is very opening to the heart. Bringing back to center in front of us, straight up. And then we'll lower our arms, stepping forward and pause. And now the opposite side, stepping out with the right leg this time. Left leg is behind us. Both arms are up. And then bring them straight out in front. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And we're opening wide, opening to each side. And back to center, straight out in front, then up, bringing our feet together and lower our arms. Let's step to the back of our mat for a jackknife. We'll bring our arms up, we're going to stretch up on our toes. We're going to hold here for a moment. And then lower back down on our heels, bend forward from the hips and relax down. And grasping your ankles, calves, or knees, draw your head in a little bit. And then release. Palms together, we'll come up. Now we'll do a backward bend. You can do this standing or coming onto your knees. So stepping forward with the left leg, coming onto the right knee. Left leg forward, we'll arch back. We'll bring our arms down and bring our foot in just a little bit. Hands on the hips. We're going to twist to the left. Straight ahead. Twisting to the right. Back to straight ahead. And then bringing the palms together, readjust your balance and stand up. Now the other side, coming down onto the left knee. Right leg is extended in front and we'll arch back. The affirmation, I am free, I am free. And then we'll bring our palms down. We'll readjust ourselves. Hands on the waist. We're going to turn to the left first. To center. Twisting to the right. Back to center. Palms together. We adjust our balance and stand up. We're going to do an ankle twist next. So let's bring our arms out in front, come up on the toes, just only as high as you're comfortable going. We're going to twist to the left. Back to center. Arms, we're going to pause. And then we're going to come back up on our toes and we're going to twist to the right. And then coming back to center, back down on our heels, lower your arms. And now you can lie down and rest in Savasana. Remember, you're on your back and feet are 12 to 18 inches apart, arms are at your sides, palms up, and the mood is letting go. You're just having a minute or so of completely letting go. Okay, you can sit up now and face your screen. And we'll start seated postures with some leg limbering together. So placing our feet together, hands underneath your feet, and just let your knees flop like a beautiful butterfly. Leg limbering is very important for stability. It helps us to open our hips, and they're real important in stability. Letting relax, nose toward the toes. And then sitting up. So let's extend our right leg, bringing the left foot in, and we'll do a half butterfly. And then grasping our foot, we'll extend our leg, we'll rotate back and forth. And then cradling your leg, let's rock it. Great. Okay, let's switch sides now. So extending your left leg, right foot is in, and let's do the half butterfly with our right leg. Keep your spine nice and straight while you're doing this. And then grasping your foot, and we'll rotate. And then let's cradle our leg and rock it back and forth. And now bringing our feet together again. We'll bring our nose toward our toes again. See if you just don't go a little farther than you did before. And then sitting up. We're going to do a V-leg stretch next. So opening into a V, the best V that's comfortable for you. Stretching forward first, just as a warm-up. And then walking your hands back up. And now let's slide our hands down our legs, abdomen towards the mat. If you can reach your toes, 2 fingers around the big toe, thumb across the top. If not, let your hands just rest on your legs. And then we'll slide our hands back up, come back to a cross-legged position to pause. We're going to do a side stretch so you can stay cross-legged. We're going to bring our arms straight up, stretching up first, then grasping your left wrist in your hand, stretching to the right. And then coming back to center, stretching up, and we'll grasp our opposite wrist and go in the other direction. Back to center, stretching up, and then lower our arms. And we're going to do Mahaveda Mudra next. So right leg is extended, left foot's into the thigh, just like head to the knee, except we'll bring our arm around behind our back. Inhale, we're going to lock our chin as we inhale, hold our breath with our chin locked, and reach down to grasp our big toe. Think 2 fingers around the toe, thumb across the top. We bring our head towards our knee. When we need to exhale, we come back up. So we're going to do 4 of those. And if you need to bend your knee to reach your toe, that's okay for this one. This is a energy lock, so it's okay. Let's begin. So inhale, lock the chin, reaching down, grasping your toe, head towards the knee. When you need to exhale, don't strain to hold your breath. If ever you need to exhale, come up and do 3 more at your own rate. And now the other side. So this time, the left leg is extended, right foot is in, arm behind your back, and at your own rate, we'll do 4. And then we're going to do the swan pose next. So we'll come onto our hands and knees, and we're going to inhale, arch our head up. When we exhale, we come down, bring our hips down first, and then our head towards the mat. And then we come back up and inhale. We're going to do 5 of those. So inhaling, head up and arch back down, and then stretch back. Hips touch the heels if they can, and forehead on the mat. So 4 more at your own rate. After the last one, keep your forehead on the mat, arms extended in front of you. And then coming up into the firm, we'll pause. And now let's do a pigeon. So we'll come back on our hands and knees again, bringing the left leg across in front of us, right leg is extended behind us. And we start out, two hands on the mat, looking up. And when you're ready, stretching forward, forehead towards the mat. And then walking your hands back up. Back to the firm, pause. And now coming back up onto our hands and knees. This time, right leg crosses out in front. Left leg is extended behind you, palms on the mat. And when you're ready, stretching forward. And then we're going to stretch back. Again, forehead on the mat, pause. And then coming back up into the firm. We're going to do the frog next. So we're going to expand our knees apart and the hips come down. And you want to try and get your hips onto the mat or as low to the mat as possible. This is the upright frog, and that may be all you want to do today. We don't do much to help stretch our knees in this direction, so this is very helpful. And then sliding forward, if you like, keeping your bottom down. And then walking your hands back up. We're going to sit in the upright frog a little more. And then come back to the firm. Now we'll do a simple twist sitting in the firm. I used to do it in this position every once in a while. So bringing your left hand to your right knee, opposite arm is behind your back, making a fin or wrapped around behind your waist. And you're looking over your shoulder. We'll untwist. And now the opposite side. And we'll untwist. And then we're going to bring our legs in front of us. We're going to do the staff pose. So you want to have your legs straight, feet are flexed lightly. They're not, harshly flexed. Hands at your hips, shoulders relaxed, but your back is nice and straight. And then we'll come out of the staff pose. We're going to do a posterior stretch, but we'll do a little warm up first. So let's cross the left leg over the right. And we'll bring our chin towards our knee, slide our arms forward. And we'll walk our hands back up. And then we'll bring the right leg across the left this time, doing the same thing, chin towards the knee, slide our arms forward. You probably feel a stretch along the back of your left leg. And then we'll do straighten out the right leg. We'll bounce our knees. Inhale, bringing your arms up, and as we exhale, reaching down for our toes or letting our hands rest on our legs and head towards both knees. And then we'll sit back up. And now let's do an inclined plane. You can make fist to protect your wrists, lifting up. And of course, you can always do the tabletop instead. And coming out. And let's come into the firm. And we're going to do 3 hush breaths. So we inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, exhale making the ha sound twice as long as the inhale and sliding forward. So at your own rate. Now let's slide forward up into a cobra. Then we'll start coming down when you don't need to use your arms, bring them to your sides, forehead to the mat, and then turn your cheek to them. And let's do a bow. So forehead to the mat, bending your knees, grasping your feet, torso and legs are lifted. And then lower yourself down, straighten your legs, and turn your cheek to the mat. Rolling over onto your back. Let's bring our left knee to our chest and just bring that leg in close to your chest and then release it, but leave your foot on the mat. And then bringing the right leg into the chest. And then having both feet on the mat, we'll do threading the needle. So left ankle on the right thigh, wrapping your arms around the right thigh or the knee, bringing that leg closer to your body. And then we'll lower our leg. We'll just pause with our knees in that position. And then bring the right ankle to the left thigh, bringing the left leg closer to the chest. And lower the left leg. Keep our feet on the mat. Just pause like that. And then spreading your legs apart, we're going to drop both knees to the left, extending our arms and looking over your shoulder. You'll be looking over your right shoulder. And then bringing these back to center. Bring your arms down. And now dropping the knees to the right. And we're looking off to the left. And then bringing these back to center. Straighten your legs. And you can prepare for deep relaxation. So you can begin by rubbing your palms together briskly and then pounding your eyes. And then lower your arms to your sides. Inhale, lift your arms and legs, tense them, and exhale, drop them down. And now we're going to do a variation on deep relaxation. We'll start the same, visualizing that beautiful, soft, white mist filling your room. It surrounds your body. Again, you feel light, like you're floating on a cloud. But now we're going to inhale. As we inhale, we're going to bring this soft light into our left foot. Exhale out any toxins. Inhale, bringing the light and the goodness into our left calf, knee, thigh, and hip. And exhaling out any tension. And now the opposite side, inhaling, bringing the light into the right foot. exhaling out. Inhaling this light and peace into your right calf, knee, thigh, and hip. And exhaling out any tension. Inhaling, bringing the light into your abdomen, chest, your heart. And then just exhaling any negative emotions. Inhaling the light into your back, starting at the lower back, goes all the way up your back. And then you exhale. And now let's inhale, bringing this soft mist into our left hand, our forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, and exhaling. And then inhale, bringing the light into the right hand, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. And then exhaling out anything you don't want. Inhaling the light into your neck. And exhaling. And inhaling this beautiful soft mist into your jaw, teeth, tongue, lips, your eyes, your face. Exhaling. Inhaling, this light fills your brain. Now it moves into all of the hairs on your head, and you exhale out. Body's now completely relaxed. This leaves your consciousness free to expand. It's going to expand first to fill your room. It expands throughout the community. It expands throughout the continent. It expands beyond mountains, beyond trees. It expands to the galaxies. It expands beyond galaxies, beyond, until the entire universe is but a speck of light in one tiny corner of your infinite peace. Enjoy. Now it's time to bring your awareness back from the universes, back from the galaxies, all the way back to your body. Returns first behind your eyes. It fills your face, neck, and throat with renewed vitality, renewed consciousness. Moves down the left arm to the fingertips, right arm to the fingertips, down your back to the hips, into the heart, lungs, chest, abdomen, left leg to the toes, right leg to the toes. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Inhale, tense your body. Exhale, relax. Inhale, tense your arms above your head, lower your arms. Exhale, relax. And then sit up and face your screen. And now let's do a little medulla massage, taking 3 fingers of each hand, finding the place where your neck meets your skull. And we'll massage 3 to 5 times one way. And then back the other way. Push back and drop forward. And make sure we're fully back in our bodies, ready for the rest of the evening. So one more time, 3 to 5 times one way. Push back and drop forward. Great. Well, hopefully you're feeling renewed and refreshed on this beginning of spring. So thank you so much for joining me today. And for those of you who can stay, I will turn the recording off and turn cameras on. Jai.